illusion that many people have is that they are not political people, or they don't care about politics, and they not get involved in politics. Actually, that itself is a political position, and that political stance is called apathy, meaning I don't quite care. In the grand scheme of things, actually those who are apathetic is part of the formula, and you need to take into consideration, or decision makers actually take into consideration the fact that there are this whole bunch of people who don't care. So no matter where you go, actually politics is a part of life, because the correct definition of politics should be the art of dealing with people. The negative stance would be to deal with people, to manipulate them, to give them what you want. But on a more positive stance, it should be viewed as a way to communicate better. If you look at the Bible, Daniel was able to become prime minister not because he quietly sit in a corner and do his work, and then suddenly the king recognized him or whatever it is. Clearly, he must have been very effective in dealing with people. So I would encourage Christians to understand that dealing with people, communicating, developing a good EQ is the right way to go, as opposed to saying that, okay, in my job, I'm going to just keep quiet and faithfully do what I want and hope that my boss recognizes me. If you are in a company of thousands of people, that's not going to happen. So therefore, I think that you want to be careful to know that you may want to let people know the work that you do, that you have done well, or have ideas, be able to articulate properly. Now, of course, if you use politics to stab people at the back and to make sure that everybody lose and you win, then of course that's not something that is most biblical. I have always thought that in work, or in life actually, your attitude should always be a win-all attitude. It is said that one of the ways to stand out is to build a building that is taller than other buildings. But there's another way, and that's to make sure that all other buildings get knocked down. Then yours is the tallest building. As Christians, we always want to go for the win-all position and not the win-lose kind of a preposition. So therefore, the exercising of good communication skill in workplace actually is very important.
It is possible to be politically savvy, right? But not, pay attention, not manipulative, not deceptive, not vicious, or not evil. For sure. But in general, here's what really some of the guidelines that you want to focus on. Obviously, you start with prayers, so that your mind and heart is set close to God and not for any other reasons. You set your mind on godly things. You set your mind on heavenly things. You put interests of others above your own. When you do that, then you're in the right mindset. Another principle to focus on is that you are called to do this. You are called to be different. So when you engage in the politics, it's an opportunity for you to be the salt and the light of this world. So what does that mean? Is that in a politics, typically there's a lot of wounds. There's a lot of hurt being placed upon people. What you can at least do as Christian when you actively engage in it is that salt heal wounds. Lights can showcase the darkness, the evil, the manipulative, the decisiveness. So when you engage in a politics, and if that engaging creates more division, I can tell you, then you're doing it wrong. But when you engage in politics, instead of dividing, you're uniting, you're getting people together, you're healing the wounds, then you're doing it the right way. Here's another important guidelines to do. Don't rejoice when the people that you're against fall or stumble. Meaning that when they struggle or stumbles, the first thing that you should be doing is you should be praying. You should be praying for yourself that you don't get into the trap of rejoicing on their behalf. And then you pray for them. After you pray, you learn how to extend grace. It's very hard. But I just tell you that sometimes I myself fail to. But it's a very hard thing to do. When someone does something wrong to you, you pray, and then that person stumble. You have a kind of inclination to just want to cheer. Hey, that person stumbled. You don't. What you want to do is you want to extend grace, love, and forgiveness, and try to lift them up. You do the opposite. That's how you deal with somebody offers problems.